All right, here we go. Episode 56 episodes. Actually, there's more than that. I don't have them all. We did more. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, 56. That's what's recorded. And we're going to hit it tonight. I got most of the players tonight. I think Jesse might or might not come in tonight. We will see. Be good if he does. He's playing Sheppy, the goblin of the group. Yeah, so hope you guys are excited. And let's do our intros, then we'll do a recap. And we'll get into this. We're going to be starting with combat tonight, of all things. Boy, that's something new, isn't it? Yeah. First up is going to be, let's go in reverse order. Kyle, introduce yourself and throw us some hints about your character. Your character you're introducing tonight.
Hello, I'm Kyle, and I didn't do it. I'm innocent of all charges. Yeah, I will be playing a new guy with me tonight. Hopefully y'all get to meet him, and he's all one piece. We're about to roll the dice for initiative, so yeah, and I don't have any armor, so yeah, this is about to get real. But he's a strong, charismatic type, sort of stern and quiet, and y'all will understand what I mean by that when y'all get a chance to meet him.
Hey.
Yeah. Outside of that, I'll be running Sheppy's character for a little while as far as mechanics go. So Sheppy's our little gnome. Well, yeah, gnome. Sheppy's our little fire goblin, our little fire sprite. Yeah. Just goes around with a fireball in his hand the whole time, or at least that's how I've been playing him the last couple times anyways.
Sprite. You take offense to that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. And so I'll be running him for a bit, roasting some people. Hopefully roasting the chains right off this creature. And we'll see what happens. We'll roll the dice and go from there.
Yes, we will. Awesome. Thanks for that, Kyle. Next up, we're going to go with our newest player. That's going to be Max. Go ahead, Max. Introduce yourself and your character. What's going on?
Gotta do it. Hello, Legionnaires. Max Liao from Legion of Myth. And I am playing Frey. I always forgot my name. And I'm a human warrior bodyguard who's apparently a bully and walking around with this menagerie of weirdos. And I'm stuck in a dungeon and I don't have any clue what's going on other than
weirdos.
I need to resolve some issues. Now what those issues are, might find out, might not. But they'll get resolved one way or the other.
One way or the other. Awesome. Thanks for that, Max. Eric, you're up. What's going on?
I'm Eric. I play Cassandra, the orphaned monk who has found a new family in the Companions and is therefore dedicated to them and loyal to them as they continue to search the gauntlet for the mysteries plaguing Otari.
Excellent. Well said. Althea, Rachel, I should say.
Yep. Hey guys, it's Rachel. I play Althea. She is a gnome cleric, somebody who worships the deity named Desna. She has joined this, as you said, this menagerie or group of maybe outcasts. No, I don't know, but she's joined everybody in the hopes to get through the gauntlet to find some answers. She wants answers, and she wants them now because she wants to get the heck out of here, return to her life. Doing stand-up comedy and gardening. But until then, she will suck it up and stay with the Companions.
Wow.
And that's Althea.
You should get an extra hero point for that one. Thanks for that, Rachel. Rachel number 2, otherwise known as Dizzy. What's going on?
I play Agatha, who is the undead one of the group. I play the ever-loving vampire witch, who is more of a grump right now because we kind of make sure people don't get killed. And hopefully we all make it out of here so she can go back to studying and trying to keep herself out of trouble, aka boredom.
That ain't gonna happen.
No. Not likely. Thanks for that, Dizzy. And that's the cast. The adventurers are what I call the companions. And now let's do a little recap. Let's catch up on last we visited the Gauntlet with the companions. And Kyle, you're going to do that. You'll get an extra hero point for this. Everybody starts with 1, so make sure you got 1 hero point. And Kyle, you'll get 2.
Whenever last we left our intrepid band of adventurers, some stuff had been going down. A lot of stuff. Arthurian and Lofter left on their watch as the party was sleeping after getting engaged by these creatures in this level. Something aroused them. Lofter and Arthurian went off to see what the sound was. They never returned. Cassandra as well, I believe, was swept into some sort of magical places and some things going down. Some magical tricks at play. Good old Ronaldo showing himself again, I figure. But, however, the group finished clearing out the section of corridors where they were at. They investigated, found a supply room, I believe, with some potions and stuff, and another room. And I believe we were all going to the other side of the hallway whenever Cassandra was walking around the corner and then stumbled upon Sheppy. It was a heartfelt moment, heartfelt embrace for sure. And the group all linked up and continued the search for a while until they entered this current chamber where they're at, but they've been hearing screaming sounds and chains rustling. And they found what was making the chain noises. They found a blue-skinned creature that was kind of acting erratic. Agatha, I believe, tried to throw a rock to see if it could see by scent or sound or sight. And I believe that's whenever Sheppy opened up with a burning hands or a fireball or something like that. And it was revealed the creature's prisoner was revealed to be laying over in the corner, bound with chains. So this is going to be interesting. We're gonna have some good moments, I think. We're gonna find out.
Good one, Kyle. All right. First of all, let's get our combat trackers out, see where we're at. We're going to pick up with round 2. The top of round 2. I've got Vigrad added to the initiative. You guys might see that. He's going to be first. And after investigating a room earlier and defeating a specter, seeing a body laid out in this metal slab, this previous room, they identified what looked like a Morlock, something Agatha has seen before. And from that very body emerged this ghostly apparition that attacked. With undead screams, battle ensued. The companions were able to defeat it. Shortly thereafter, as silence returned to the companions, they heard more screams coming from the hallway and to the north. But these screams seemed more alive and desperate and in need. The companions rushed out, swords drawn, spells at the ready. Crashing through the double doors not far away, they entered this one chamber, this octagon-like room. In the center was this grate, which seems to be a hole to nowhere. Chains are all around the walls, holding something, what, they don't know. Huge manacles. Whatever it was, it would be bigger than a human. They heard cackling coming from the west to their left. Frey leading the group, his sword drawn, Althea coming up close behind with her magical shoes, shedding light. They caught a glimpse of a blue-skinned creature that was only there momentarily before it ditched off into the shadows once again and out of sight. After hearing the shuffling of the feet and the motion of this creature, Frey's ears and the ears of the companions as a whole heard groaning sounds, pain, and there they saw a human-sized individual lying prone, wrapped in chains. Not far away, maybe 25, 30 feet away from Frey, the northwest corner of this chamber. I'm not sure. I think maybe you recognized that, Frey, as being someone you know. Vigrad, who you joined to enter this gauntlet. Were ambushed, friends slain, and then you met up with the companions, and suddenly here you are once again. Could this be Vigrad? We're about to find out. And that's where we're going to begin. All right. And with that, Vigrad, go ahead, you're up. You're the first one to react.
Okay, I'm gonna wrestle with these chains. Can I see the other ones? Like, can I see Frey?
You can see Frey. You can see the light coming close towards you in your direction. What you can't see is anything in the dark. For instance, that creature.
Okay.
But you know there's something in this room with you before the companions or these other people came in. Now, yeah, you would see Frey.
Okay. Vigrad's gonna let out a shout. About time!
You can react, Frey, if you want to that. You hear his voice.
Do you guys have an updated map here? Because I'm still just seeing darkness. Would you like to get an idea of the position of where we are?
Let me make sure you're on the map. Yeah, you're there on the map. You should be right.
I see the stairwell that we climbed up yesterday.
Oh, you have to move the map to the upper left.
Oh, I actually have to do stuff? Okay, there we go. All right, my bad.
You see ya?
Boundary is
Right,
fantastic, but you can't have it do everything for you.
And can dream. All right,
Almost
so
perfect.
where is Vigrad in this then?
You should be able to see him.
Oh, I don't see him, but I do see the ping.
He's right there.
All right.
That's where the voice is coming from, and that's where you see his body lying prone.
Weren't we just fighting something
Maybe.
that went into the shadow?
Maybe.
Care about his nonsense. I want to find out this thing that's trying to kill us. I'm going to step, if I can, I'd like to step a few feet forward, take about, I don't know, 5 steps forward.
Well,
I'm looking-
we're still in Vigrad's turn, so you'll be able
Okay.
to react to what he just said.
Then I'm ignoring him and I wait.
Okay. What else you doing, Vigrad?
I'm gonna try to wriggle out of these chains.
Okay. You're not forcing him. You're going to try and slip him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try once to force him.
Oh, okay. That's different. Athletics. Test your strength. I have a DC. Go ahead.
23.
That's nowhere near. You still have some time to do something else.
Yeah, I'll try to squeeze out of him then.
All right, that's going to be athletics. You're making an escape. I think that's athletics or acrobatics. Your choice. I have a DC.
23 again.
Wow. You manage to wrench free your left arm. It takes a little time and some of the skin is torn, but you manage to slip out of the manacle. But you're still chained in place with the other arm.
Well, at least I got one free.
Althea, you're next. You hear the clank of chains ahead, just in front of Frey. Now you have the only light source. You're in this chamber right behind Frey. I believe the last thing he was saying to you was, "Hurry up, bring the light forward." What do you do?
Now, he's a stranger to us all, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. The
Yeah,
only thing you
she-
recognize about him is his tabard, the Otari guard.
Well, she reacted very similarly with Frey, so she'd be inclined to help. But being the cautious type, she cast a healing spell. I'm trying to cast it so it doesn't hit. Let's see.
He's 45 feet away for casting on him. Frey is about 10.
Oh. She's actually trying to cast it on her known allies. She sees that, including herself, they're not doing too well, and she'd rather get as many people as possible. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. So instead, she'll still cast heal, but just the 2 action healing, and she's going to use this to heal Cassandra, who is right next to her. And you heal 37 hit points.
Wow.
Wow. You'll have to describe that, Rachel. That was pretty magnifique. What does that look like?
It means it's like no work. This is very effortless. 37, that's pretty average. I'm level 5 for peeps. I've been doing this for a while. Desna has heard my calls. And she lets her energy flow through me, and I through that and through my own hands, when I place them on Cassandra, they just glow. It's a warm, full body healing as you go back to full health.
Calgon, take me away.
Wow, I haven't heard that in a long.
Well, there you go.
Everybody, look up that commercial. So after she heals, it spends the 2 actions to do so. She kind of travels a little bit closer, and in doing so, she can see the creature in the corner, and she points there, over there, just like real quick as she's walking, and it comes up.
That, looking at the chat in your roll there, 3d10 plus 3. What is that symbol? That's not times 8.
It should be plus 8. Oh, times 8.
It should be a plus 10 for you.
So it should be 3d10 plus 8. So 3d10, 5, 5, 3, so that's 13, plus 8. Yeah, it shouldn't have been 37.
Oh, let her keep it.
Foundry, come on. We were just... we didn't mean what we said before.
You could take
Is
it.
there a
It's-
difference because it's a 2-action healing? Could that be it?
It might be because it's a level 3. It's heightened to level 3. So
Well-
every time it's heightened, so the amount of healing or damage increases by 1d8, and the extra healing for the 2-action version increases by 8. So it's actually 3 times 8
Yeah.
and added to 3d10.
Yeah,
So that
that's
times
correct.
is accurate.
Wow. It's legit. 37 it is.
And Althea bows to the left, bows to the right, forms her hands into a little prayer. Thank you, Desna.
All right, what do we got here? I've got a whole bunch of Agathas in the tracker.
I noticed
With
that.
that many turns. Don't question Foundry.
Dun, dun, dun,
Clearly,
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun.
I kind of noticed. Wait, I'm not in the turn order.
Yeah, you we lost your initiative. Let me see.
Oh boy, who were you before? Or after?
Go ahead and re-roll it, and I'll give you a new number. If I
I'm pretty
can
sure I
remember.
was last. So.
No, you weren't last.
Wasn't? Okay.
I don't think you were.
I had a 12. Everybody else had like 50s.
All right, that looks good. All right, you'll go after Cassandra. I don't know what happened there. All right, we're good. You done, Althea?
I am.
Okay. All right, Cassandra, you're up.
Okay. So. Andrew will move 20 feet to here. See what I can see. All right, and then she'll look. No, I can't reach him. So I have 15 feet of movement left, so I'll just back up to here. Alright. It's giving me trouble again. It says I'm colliding with a wall. If I go north. Can't understand why that would be. If I go north once. Yeah, thank you. And then I will take out my sling. And load it with a bullet. And a turn.
Go ahead, Agatha.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So she's going to move along the wall, heading towards the west side.
Don't go through the wall. Use your space bar. All right, hold on. Stop moving. As you walk near the alcove, you suddenly hear the chains begin to move. And you see these chains, these aren't normal chains. You can see them in the light. They actually have spikes all around them. And they begin to animate right next to you as you draw close. And before you can even make a move past the alcove, it lashes at you. One of these chains pierces your flesh. You're going to take 20 points of damage. In addition, you're going to take 4 points of persistent bleed damage. The precious blood that you crave so much is draining from your body. In addition, I need you to make a fortitude save. Go ahead and make that for me. It could be public so we can all enjoy your roll. Do it.
And you said it was fortitude or will?
Fortitude.
Okay.
Okay, I need you to roll a d4 for me. All right, from there you can keep going. You've moved 5, 10, 15, 20, we'll say.
Alright, so in addition to the 20, that is a -4.
The damage?
I got the 20 damage, and then you said I had a.
No, you took bleed damage and 20 points. That's already you already did that. The D4 was extra. It's nothing to do with your damage.
Okay.
That was just a flat D4 I wanted you to make. So you're good.
Agatha's gonna scream out in agony, and she's gonna shout at the others, the chains are alive.
Yes, they are. You're lucky it didn't lock onto your leg and hold you in place. You can keep moving. You're at 20 feet. Unless you're done.
To move the last remaining 5 feet, and then she's gonna hunker down.
All right. You're done. Go ahead and make a flat D20 roll to see if you can stop the bleeding, or if it naturally stops. You need a 15. This is public. No, you have persistent damage. It remains. At the end of every one of your turns, you're going to take an additional D6 of damage from bleeding, after which you'll be able to attempt another to see if it stops bleeding after you take the damage. Keep that in mind.
Gotcha.
Sheppy is up next. Kyle, you can take care of him. Remember, he's in shadow mode.
Right.
But
I'll have him move up a little bit so he can cast some magic.
that's 25. Got that dark vision going on, don't you?
Yeah, but the question is, can I drop a flaming sphere in the creature's square?
If you can see the square, or the space, I should say,
Just see the top of the creature.
that's where you're going to drop it then. Flaming sphere, let me grab that. We have a little token for that. That is cool. I made this
It
special.
needs to make a reflex save.
Bink. I'll let you drop it there. Sheppy walks forward. He just catches the sight with his dark vision, the blue flesh of this creature. Well, it's dark vision. It's all black and white. But he sees him and produces his little flaming sphere. And let's see if he catches him. 21?
Yeah. Basic reflex 21.
It is a fail.
So it's going to take 14 points of fire damage. You just see the sphere erupt.
Appearing out of nowhere comes this little glowing ball of fire. And you could just see the creature trying to keep out of sight. And you catch him. He starts to jump around and dance, and you hear a scream of pain as the fires catch him. Do some damage. Sheppy's done, I believe, right?
Yep, Sheppy's done.
I need another savings throw from Agatha. Give me a will save. Let me see if there's anyone else. I also need a save from Cassandra and Althea.
24.
So did you say Will?
Will save. Okay. 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 Give me one as well. Give me a will save since you're conscious now. Grad. Give me a will save. I'll explain this in a second.
I will hero point that. $23.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
I do have bravery.
You do. You'll have to remind me of that. All right. Let's see here. Agatha, you see a glimpse of this creature. It steps out of the darkness. Let me see. Where is that light? You could just see it. You hear a hiss. And this creature comes rushing out of the darkness to confront you. Agatha, it's standing right between you and this body. What am I, a measuring tool? Yeah, I am. Let's move him. Okay, and he's right between you and this person you're trying to help, I guess. Let me get this out of the way. In its hands and wrapped around its body, I should probably show you guys what this crazy thing looks like.
Wow.
It has these...
So that tortured me.
Yes. It has these rusty chains all over its body, almost worn like clothing. And you can see this spit coming off of its maw. It's like drooling, and it's hissing at you. It's mumbling words you've never heard before. Looks quite disturbing indeed, and it lashes at you, Agatha. These chains whip at you once again, and you feel them pierce your flesh yet again. You're going to take 15 points of piercing damage from these chains.
I'm down. I'm down. I'm out.
In addition, you have persistent damage. You're going to take 5 points of bleed damage. You will continue to take that as you lie there, dying. You're at 0. Okay. Agatha falls to the cold floor, going silent. You should have persistent damage. Yes, you do. You will continue to take that, which is going to make your condition very much treacherous. As Agatha collapses to the ground, this creature looks towards you in your direction. Frey, Sheppy, Agatha, Cassandra. Give me a number between 1 and 4, Cassandra.
2.
Give me a number between 1 and 4, Althea.
2.
Its eyes lock on you, Althea. Gonna have to make a will save. Its eyes stare directly into yours. You could see it clearly. And for a moment, as it stares at you, the face of this creature begins to become blurred and almost seems to mutate and want to change and take shape of something else. But you shake your head and you shake it off, and once again you see this blue-fleshed, insane-looking creature hissing at you.
Keep it together out there.
Frey, you are up next. You should have clear sight of it now.
Yeah, with those chains. She's down. Damn it. I've got to go up there. My goal is to grab her and triage her back. But I've got to focus on this chain. I don't care what the creature does, but I'm focusing on the chains. So if I'm allowed to, I'm going to click that thing up. I'm going to move to here-ish.
All right, stop. Freeze.
Okay.
Don't move.
Okay.
1 second. Let me put you where you're...
That's fine. Yeah, I let go of the mouse button, so...
Yeah, we'll leave you right there. As soon as you begin to pull away, you'll hear, towards the floor on your left, you hear those chains. Large chains begin to rattle and animate as you try to pull away and walk away from this alcove.
All right, well then I'm not going forward. Stop after I get beat up.
Make me a fortitude save.
Oh.
0 point for that? If you want.
Sure. Yeah, you know what? At that point, yeah.
You rolled a natural 1, so yeah, go for
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
Screw that.
I just added a hero point to me instead of taking it off. I don't know how to take it off. Oh, there we go. All right, and try that again. It's a little better. Total 24.
Okay. You take a total of 14 points of damage. Wait a minute. I think I rolled for you. Yeah, I think I did. Let me do that again. Let me re-roll that attack. I was using you attacking yourself. Let's do this again. Let's see what the attack is. Okay. Okay. You made it save. Damage. You're going to take 18 points of piercing damage as these chains that grow spikes on them begin to latch onto you and pierce your flesh. 18 points of piercing damage. In addition, you're going to take 1d6 bleed damage. It's automatically going to be applied, so you don't have to add this. Okay? You're going to bleed out every turn. D6 damage every turn until you make a flat check of 15 or greater at the end of your turn. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So as you begin to pull away, these chains animate and wrap around your legs, but you pull free, but as you do, you tear the flesh off of your bone. All right, so you can keep moving if you wish.
Oh, no, I'm moving back. Not going to keep going forward through that. She'll just have to wait. I guess because there's people behind me, I'll kind of stop back here where I was. Apparently I took a couple steps forward, got ripped apart, and I stepped back. So other than that, I was looking to see if I have some bandages or something. Unfortunately, I don't. So I'm right now licking my wounds.
You have your shield raised as well, I see.
Yes, I'll always.
Okay. Anything else?
Unless I can somehow bandage. I got to assess the situation better. This isn't working for me, so I'm just going to keep watching at this point, be as defensive as I can.
All right. Vigrad, we return to you once again. You hear somebody drawing closer. You see the creature confront it. You hear a scream and a thud.
Yeah, as Vegrod sees Frey move, Vegrod's gonna look over. Have courage, Frey. Don't run.
And as
Then I'm
he's
gonna do something stupid.
and as he says that, before we go any further, Max, go ahead and make for Frey a flat D20. Just roll 1D20. You need a 15 or greater to see if the bleeding stops.
Okay. There.
15 or greater.
Yay!
19. All right. So right-click that bleeding damage on your thing there. Get rid of that. It says persistent damage 1d6. Right-click to remove effect.
I'm not seeing.
It's on that column of icons that's next to the chat.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you look on your upper
There you
right
go.
there.
There, you're good. So it stopped bleeding. You won't take that damage now.
Oh, that's nice.
Let me get rid of this too. That shouldn't be there. All right, Vigrad, sorry. Continue.
You're fine. That was kind of my little RP reminder that he was bleeding. Second, I'm
Good
gonna do something stupid. Is there anything I can reach for a weapon right now?
Chains. Hunks of metal, perhaps. Oh,
Okay.
and yes, tucked away in your boot, you do feel your blade.
Right.
You have a dagger.
I'm gonna reach over and grab a section of chain and try to smack this creature in the back with it.
Okay.
That be like an unarmed or?
Well, you're going to get up from being prone? Because you're going to be
No.
penalized if you attack if you're prone.
Well, I've only got one arm free, so
You can stand up.
okay. Then I'll stand up. Then
Okay. Take away your prone.
I'll try to smack it.
All right. Give me a flat check.
Seven.
All right. That was the creature's concealed. That's why you had to make that. You needed a 5 or greater. So go ahead and make your attack. It's concealed by the dim light. Althea's not close enough.
31.
Clunk. That's not critical. But it is a hit.
It'll be 6 points of bludgeoning damage as Vegrod backhands this thing right in the back of the head. He's going to shout, "Is that the best you got? Afraid to finish your fight with me, creature?" And that'll be it.
It whiffs around and stares at you. And raises its arm to strike.
You better make it worth it, boy.
Althea. You're up, Althea.
Looking into my options. I guess beads of sweat pour from Althea's brow. She's distraught because Agatha's gone down and she has no idea how to help her other than to cast the creature away. And she can't try to intimidate the thing that goes against much of what she believes in, good or bad. So she's going to cast Divine Lance on the creature. And it has to make a will save.
And it's the power of good.
As always.
Did you put Divine Lance in there? I see days.
Oh, I accidentally hit the wrong thing, didn't I?
You did. Shameful.
They're literally right next to each other on my spell list.
+1 villain
Oh,
point.
sorry.
+1 villain point.
So it's not a basic will save. That's
Mhm.
days. So let me make my attack roll.
You attempt to pierce the creature's being with the power of good. A lance
And
appears in
I'll-
front of you and shoots towards the beast. God,
I'm gonna hero point that.
I hope so.
This time it's a 24.
You just managed to contact the creature with the power of good. You hit him.
That's 13 points of good damage.
As its back was turned, the lance of glowing bluish power hits this creature right in its back, and it whips around just in time for you to see and catch eye of its pain. It grimaces in pain. It seemed to have done more damage than you had expected. Desna is with you, Althea.
And behind this creature, she has sight of Vigrod, and she's actually going to cast message to him. She wouldn't want the creature to really be able to see, to hear what she's saying, but she messages the captive and says, quickly, who are you? Can we trust you? And do you need help? Well,
much
maybe
so.
that's pretty obvious, but can we trust you?
I'm with Frey. You can trust me. And right now, I can only have one hand free. Your
All right,
your
that's
other
enough.
friend-
That's enough. That's enough. That was your reaction.
Alright.
It has to be very brief.
All right, so you know Frey, and you have a hand free.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it.
Okay, excellent. Who are you? Cassandra.
All right, I had my sling at the ready, so first time I use this all game. So I fire a bullet at the creature.
Give me a d20 flat check.
Whoops, sorry. If I do hit, it'll be a 30. So first the d20 flat check. Please make this.
Watch it be
Oh,
a
thank God.
1.
Either way, two good rolls.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
you do see it, you do catch it, and you do hit. It's normal. So
Right.
roll normal damage. 5.
5 damage. I will spend a second action to reload,
Okay.
and then I will fling another stone.
Whistles through the air in the direction of the creature.
That's likely a miss.
And that's going to ricochet off the back wall.
All right,
Okay.
and a turn.
Althea's just in disbelief. What? She's using this now? Doesn't even know where she's gotten that. Haven't seen that the entire time I've known you.
You've mistaken it for a belt of some kind.
Yeah.
Sheppy, you're up.
I'm gonna cast Searing Light on this creature. I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay.
28.
That's a hit.
Alright, now I'm gonna have to roll this twice because one's for good and one's for fire. So 19 fire, 13 good.
19 fire, 13 good.
Yep.
And what was this now? This was searing light.
Very light. Yep.
You shoot a blazing ray of light tinged with holy energy. Huh. Okay. Fire erupts as it impacts this creature, and it momentarily catches on fire. You could see all around its flesh and its arms and its head begin to ignite. It begins to pull back, and it's waving at its flesh and trying to pat it out. It's screaming in pain. This did considerable damage. Purging fire of goodness. It seemed, Sheppy, you did more damage than you expected. It's near death at this moment.
Then I'm going to, got one left, so I'm gonna...
Sustain the fireball.
Actually,
The flaming sphere.
I think I'm gonna drop that and toss an elemental toss at it.
No. All right.
Cantrip.
Get it done.
Oh, it's a focus. 29.
29.
All right, you hit. You toss more flame its direction. Wow.
13 points of fire damage.
Describe how you finish this creature off with fire. Congratulations.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, seeing Agatha go down, Sheppy just becomes enraged. You can hear him back there gnawing his teeth as he shoots forward a ray, and then just sort of haphazardly picks up a rock from the ground and then sort of spins it and throws it and hurls it through the air. And as it's flying, you can see it become molten and then slam into the creature's face, causing it to melt quite severely.
And melt it does. While the fires are still licking up around its flesh from the previous flaming attack, Sheppy throws this last flame at its face, and its head erupts in an explosion of fire. And you hear this thing put out a horrendous scream of pain and agony as it falls to the ground on its knees and then collapses to the floor. It continues to burn momentarily, completely charred. And blackened. You're probably wondering, why was that so easy? Frey took 2 steps forward and the creature's already dead. What happened? All right, so yeah, congratulations on that. I'll give you an extra hero point for that. That was really well done.
Even me?
Mm-hmm. So everybody give yourself a hero point for that. Well done. And silence once again comes back to the companions.
For me, he was over here trying to fight and get this last tentacle loose.
Immediately, I run over to the pale chick and check her out.
Which one? Which one's the palest?
Oh, there's only one.
Oh, that one, the witch. All right. Oh, yeah, I should have kept the initiative here because we got somebody dying. Agatha, before Frey makes his move towards you, go ahead and make a recovery roll.
Using the hero point.
All right, you can do that and instantly stabilize with 1 hero point. You're still unconscious. You're no longer dying. You're at 0. All right, so get rid of dying.
I'm at wounded 1, I think.
Yes, wounded 1. It's the first time you died. And when you're done with that, go ahead and make a flat check to see if you stop bleeding. You're 15 or greater.
At the beginning of the session, did I already have another hero point or no?
Well, if you want to use them to recover from dying, you spend all your hero points. You had at least one because I just gave everybody one.
I'll do that.
So you don't have any hero points now.
Yep.
Okay? Go ahead and make your flat check.
Crap, I took the wrong one down.
Take your time. You're still bleeding. We're going to stay in initiative until this is resolved. Okay, Frey, you're last in the round, so you go ahead and take the next action. You're not sure what's going on, except this
No,
creature
but
has fallen to the ground, dead.
She's down. She's a wounded soldier. I've got to get her out of there. So I'm going to go up here, and if she looks movable, I'm grabbing her and sliding her back to, well, the gnome can heal, so
Okay.
I'll do something. So if I can grab her and just drag her back, I don't know what the rules of the game are. I'm going to do that. If not, that's my intent.
I'll let you move and drag her back in one go, wherever you want to go there.
Well,
Perfect.
I don't want to be in front of the gnome. I need to put her. I'm trying to put her in front of the gnome.
Bink.
There.
Okay. You're done. Now we'll go back to everybody else. I don't remember who was first here. Vigrod, you're still chained. You doing anything?
Let's try to break free.
Okay. Nope.
I'm trying to wriggle my hand out the other shackle because I got my left free, but I got to get the other one free.
Nope. It's not budging. It's tight around the skin.
I will hero point the last one.
Okay. Gonna have to give you bleed damage here in a minute.
25.
25 will do it. You pull your wrist out of this manacle. Granted, these are kind of oversized manacles. It's not as hard as you might think to get out of there. So you did pull yourself free. The chains, you're no longer bound. So you're done. Let's go to Althea. What are you doing? Frey just drag your friend Agatha at your feet.
I'm trying to do research. Did we ever determine if treating wounds would recover hit points from a dampier?
No, doesn't.
From a Dampier, it would, not from a vampire. You have to be a living creature. You need stitch flesh feet to be able to do that on undead.
You can still attempt it. Perhaps I'm merciful. Perhaps not.
So I guess I'm a little quicker to react once Frey's dragged her over to me. She's laying on the ground, so I get on my knees and use my bandolier, just quickly whip out the tools necessary to just kind of patch her up.
Okay.
And I guess I'll roll a... Oh wait, hold on. If we're in initiative, I can't use healing. I can't heal. I don't have battle medicine.
Okay. You can still wrap her with bandages if you want.
Oh, well.
Won't have any
16.
effect. Okay, I'm going to roll the oracle here. I want to see. Well, how about you, Cassandra? What's on your mind? Althea's sitting there. She's making an attempt to wrap these wounds around with this chain and had cut her.
I'm gonna go see if Vigrod needs help.
Okay.
If he's struggling to get out of his constraints, I try to help him out with that.
As you sort of walk up to me, you can just see Vigrod sort of rip his hand out. But he looks a lot worse for wear. He looks like he's been through the meat grinder.
Okay, well, as soon as we're out of initiative, I'll tend to your wounds then.
Does Sheppy do anything?
No, Sheppy's in shadow mode.
Okay, anybody else? Nope, we're good. Now, Agatha, your eyes begin to open. You're not sure where you are or what's happened, but as your eyes open, you see the face of Althea and a stranger. Not so strange after all, it's Frey, and they're looking down upon you. And whatever it was, the power of Desna, the binding of wounds, it has brought you back. You're conscious now. You have 1 hit point. And you're no longer bleeding out. We're out of encounter mode for those keeping track.
Excellent. So, did I recognize Vigrod's voice earlier?
You did.
Okay.
Unforgettable.
Oh, excellent. I don't care how I do it, I'm getting in here. If I have to push Cassandra out of the way, I'm pushing Cassandra out of the way. I don't give a F about that. And I'm getting in there, and Vigrod and I are going to have a talk.
Where is he? Where is Vigrod? I can't see, it's so dark.
He's in the corner. Like,
Man, I can step out if you guys want.
Yeah, come out of there.
Oh, no.
Should I step forward and bring the light?
Yeah, some light would be useful.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can see just fine.
Yeah, but seeing Cassandra there, Vigrod would definitely sort of look to Cassandra like, and you are?
Oh, this is perfect. I'm pushing him into that alcove with my shield out. Yes, exactly. Oh, here, I'll do that just to make it official. Say, you left me to die!
Cassandra's getting out of there.
There's a little bit of beef here. Yeah, Althea's definitely taken back
I'm
by
gonna
the
try
shouting.
to grab Frey by the shield, spin it, tuck her around behind his back, and sort of hold him there. You were down, the others were dead. I fell back so I could come back to save you, boy.
Don't give me that siren song! You lied! You left me here to die!
I left you nowhere. I was taken.
You're a
captive.
coward! You're exactly what you profess to be against! You're a coward! You brought this darkness on us!
Says
You
the
brought it
man
from the
who
Citadel!
fled for desertion, you little whelp. I'll gut you like a fish right here, you little ass weasel.
I open up my armor as best I can. I need to do it then. Do it now, because that's all you're good for.
Can I cast a spell?
Yes, Althea.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions. I do. I was waiting to use this on an enemy, but if you're gonna roleplay it like that, I'm gonna roleplay it like that.
I walk over, I hug Vigrod. Hey man, I'm sorry, dude.
Althea is going to be casting that spell on them. Agatha is going to be slowly rising up, and she looks dead straight at those two, and she screams and she goes, "Enough, or I will straighten you both out."
Shut up, woman. The men are talking.
Go ahead, Frey. Make a will save. Also you, Vigrod. Both of you make will saves.
Okay.
As the calming powers of Desna.
Like, I don't know either of these people, but they need to calm down. This is not the place for a shouting match. Oh.
Nice. Aha.
So you got a critical save, Vigrod, and Frey, you failed. What's that
That's
mean?
fine.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
What do you mean?
What's the effect?
So Vigrod got a critical success, so he's unaffected. But I'm sure he would notice the complete change because Frey got a failure, which means any emotion effects that would affect the creature are suppressed, and the creature can't use hostile actions. So maybe like even their tone of voice would be down a notch. But if the target is subject to hostility from any other creature, it ceases to be affected by calm emotion. So basically, I tried, and
It's gonna
if
last one round.
yeah, if Vigrod uses some hostility towards Frey, but I would imagine there's like a split second of like Frey just like having a calming breath, and like would Vigrod even notice it and react?
And it can be sustained for up to 1 minute. So if you want to keep it in effect.
Yeah, she's gonna try. She's gonna try hard.
Right.
And she even also backs up what Agatha said. And I think you guys need to take a second and maybe talk this out without shouting. I think you've forgotten where we are.
Seeing Frey's sort of demeanor change, Vegrod would sort of nod to Miss Althea. Thanks, I'm grateful for the rescue. What's your mission here? And then he's gonna look to Frey. Are they capable?
No.
No.
They know nothing of tactics. They burst in, ask questions later.
It's called war. That's how it's supposed to
You
go.
really want to accuse us of that whenever you're basically the one screaming around like a chicken with its head cut off? You really want to accuse us of that?
Where did I go with as a chicken with my head cut off, as you say?
You are accusing us of not knowing what we're doing. You're accusing us of having less battle tactics.
And I hate to
As
step
far
on
as-
anybody's toes, but
Oh, you can step
We
on
did-
it. It's okay.
we did kind of save your life.
Yeah, so be a little grateful to your host. Vegrod would then step forward to Althea. And sort of extend a hand. He's all covered in blood and bruises. Shirtless. I'm Captain Vegrod Wraithbane of the Northern Army. Thanks for the rescue.
Yes. You're welcome. I think it was just maybe by chance that we've met you, or here.
Oh, I've known Frey for a moment. We served together in the army.
I wouldn't say together. You were good at giving orders to send people to their death.
Yes. Well, I was standing in the front line watching them fall.
It's funny how the black magics didn't get you.
Agatha's gonna wander off.
And yeah, Vegrod would sort of make like the handshake to everybody, except for Frey, because he's already met Frey, and sort of introduce himself. And then he's gonna go look and see if he can find his armor.
Right. Well, I assume we're all like giving our first name introductions, or at least Althea does. And well, nice to meet you, Vigrod, and I'm glad you're okay. But I think maybe it's not the time to wander off. And she says that loud enough that Agatha can hear as she herself is wandering.
I need to
As-
find my war gear.
As Althea is saying that, Agatha actually goes to one of the walls and collapses against it, and she looks like she's getting ready to fall over again.
Now, a few of us are actually really efficient. What's the word? Efficient at treating wounds. Why don't you and you too, Frey, sit down for a second, and we'll tend to any of your scrapes. And maybe even the more deeper wounds. Sorry, I'm not very great at treating old wounds. Ha ha. And so anything that's
That's fine.
between the two of you, You're gonna have to solve that when we're out of here.
Oh, we're gonna solve it.
Say when, boy.
If you both start up again, so help me by the dark gods, I will open this grate and I will toss you both in there and I will leave you to die.
Threatening my life?
Don't
Are you seriously threatening my
do
life?
not tempt a vampire, because I have no qualms against
A
taking
what?
it.
Oh, she's a vampire, Frey.
I draw my sword.
Agatha stands up. She looks like she's getting ready for combat.
Althea raises her hand towards Frey. Drop that weapon. As
I
a
am
follower
not gonna
of
walk around a How are you, a priest? Aren't you
Yes,
supposed to
priestess.
control pests like this?
Frey, put the damn blade down. That's an order.
I don't take orders from you anymore, sir.
You wanna bet, boy? At least I
Oh.
didn't hide in the back. Unless a chain smacked me once and then withdrew.
Perhaps you don't see right now that I'm not in the best of condition to fight a change. Oh, that it apparently just took down a vampire who's damn near immortal.
And
Huh.
she has less armor than you. And yet she's more
Less
manly
armor.
than you'll
She's
ever
got
be.
the armor of curses.
Yes, you both are strong, adept warriors. Could you put everything away and stop measuring swords? Althea's like had it up to here. Your screaming match is going to draw more creatures like the one that just had you bound.
Agatha is looking at Frey like she's ready to rip his throat out, but then she watches Cassandra move and then she backs down.
Cassandra just asks Althea in a quiet voice, Althea, there's a simple solution here. If the soldiers do not wish to adventure with us, they don't have to.
I was thinking the same thing, but a part of me wouldn't feel right just leaving them down here. They're just asking for danger.
If
They
they're asking
sit
for
there
it,
making
then
They're poking fun at us and our combat abilities, yet they are just completely ignoring rule number 1 when you enter a very dangerous the lair of the beast.
They
So
wouldn't-
she just nods and says, everything you say is true, but ultimately is their choice. And that one doesn't seem to have much respect for the opinion of women anyway.
Agatha, during this time, would you like to cast your harm?
she sends one more seething death glare in Frey's direction, and then she just slinks off to a corner, still keeping within Cassandra's eyesight and Sheppy's, and she's going to cast harm on herself to try and heal.
Yes, and Althea says one last thing to Frey.
Well, while you
and
guys were talking, I was
Vigrod.
going to talk to Vigrad, but go ahead.
But she just mentions one last time, despite what you've said about me as a priestess, I believe everybody should have their chance despite their backgrounds. We've offered you healing, and I'm going to have to agree with what Cassandra's saying. Should you want to travel, you know where we are or where we might be going. You can come seek our help. But despite how good I may be, I cannot help somebody who does not want it. And I'm going to be leaving. And take care. May Desna be with you despite the way you've treated us. And she follows in behind Agatha and kind of waits for Cassandra if she's coming too, so that way she doesn't leave her behind.
Vigrod will join.
Cassandra follows.
Well, again, while they were talking quietly, I didn't want to interrupt that. I was going to say some things to Vigrad.
Vigrod completely ignores Frey and moves over to the rest of the group. I've not doubted your tactics. If you have need of a strong sword, I would happily accompany you. I have my own mission here, and it seems to be aligned with yours, but I have to find my armor. I'll be of little use in the fighting ahead without it. So, would you have a captain with you?
Agatha's going to look at Cassandra and Althea. trying to fight down her just absolutely bloodthirst.
Kyle, what is that aura
Marshall's aura.
that's always on?
Yep.
What is that, do?
It basically gives anybody who's in my aura a +1 status bonus against fear effects.
Okay, you can role play that up. Just curious. Go ahead.
But as sort of Vigorod is moving to join the group, he's going to be looking for his weapons and gear.
Okay. What about you, Frey? What's your situation? They're all moving away from you at this stage. Darkness is beginning
right
to
now
envelop
I'm
you.
gonna have to follow, but I'm gonna be muttering to Vigrod the entire time. You cursed me. You put me here. You caused this.
Vigrod's just ignoring him.
Would
That's fine.
Agatha be able to hear him muttering?
Oops, where's he going?
I don't know.
Let me move him back.
Like, could she strain her hearing to see if she can hear what Frey is saying to him?
I would say yeah, because I'm trying to have Vigrod hear me. I'm just not shouting it at this point.
What's your modifier?
For
9.
Yep.
Yeah, he's not trying to hide anything. You can clearly hear what he's saying.
All right. Agatha is going to, after she got some healing on herself, she's gonna brush past Sheppy. She's gonna walk past out the still looking like she wants to kill Frey, but she's restraining from herself. Walks between Vigrid and Cassandra, and she stands head to toe with Frey, and she goes, I am undead, and right now I want more than anything to just rip your heart out and make you watch you bleed slowly to death. But
Of
right
course
now,
you do. That's your nature.
But right now, I am fighting every urge within me not to lay a hand on you, not to try and feed off you, because right now, I want to make sure these companions survive. I want to make sure that everything is right with the world, and if we survive, and if we manage to do everything, and if you still believe I am so evil and so chaotic, then I just actually might be willing to let you kill me.
Would Agatha bare her fangs? She can do that with a little
Oh,
hiss,
she is.
maybe.
Well,
And-
we can't survive. You're already dead.
If you still believe I am a threat to those that I have come to care for, and
You can't care. You're a beast.
How is the priestess still alive? How is the monk
I don't know. You
still
have
alive?
ulterior motives.
You are truly dim-witted as you are dim-witted.
That's why he deserted his post.
Deserted what post? There's no post left.
There was whenever you abandoned it.
If that's the
Enough.
story you wish to believe.
Enough. We have more pressing matters, and I'm going to fight the urge within me to do anything rash because I have cared for this group long enough, and I'm going to refrain from doing something very stupid. I will fight my urge for now and be willing to travel with you as a companion. That is it.
I just want this curse lifted.
Then stop whining and complaining and just help.
What have I been doing since I've been here?
You've
You
been
need
whining,
to watch
you've
him.
been whining, complaining. You've also been helping, but at the same time, you've also been doing everything you can to basically point out every single fault within this group.
That's
Knock
the
it
only
off.
way to get better.
Knock it off.
You don't look at a trainee and say, good job, you almost got everybody killed. You fix it.
I could say the same thing about you then, and look at you, and you haven't fixed yourself. So shut up.
Vigrod's completely walked away from the group, searching for his armor at this point. Sort of growling at Frey's words.
All you find is chains along the walls. There's no sign of any storage or weapons or equipment. There is that grate in the middle. You haven't searched there.
I'll take a look around the grate then.
You waltz around the perimeter of it.
Yeah.
You feel a very unsettling cold come up between the metal bars of the grate as you occasionally look down into it. It seems to go deep, but you're not sure. It doesn't look very stable either. What are the rest of you doing?
Agatha's just gonna
Seething.
glance at she's glancing at Cassandra. She turns and she's gonna walk past Althea, and as she walks past Althea, she's gonna mutter softly, I hope to your gods that I restrain myself, or we may have a dead companion soon.
I appreciate your restraint. Althea is going to be treating her own wounds after, during that entire conversation.
Okay. Go ahead and make your heal checks. Whoever wants to heal or needs heal, take care of that.
Can I cast heal again?
Harm?
Yes.
Many times as you want.
I'm sorry.
Many times as you want. You got to have it prepared multiple times. So
I'll sort of move over to whoever's offering healing, sort of the last to be healed, so to speak.
Cassandra will look to Vigrod, and since I have Ward Medic, I'm also going to adjust Sheppy.
Okay. Go ahead and make those rolls and adjustments. And I'll move forward the clock.
Anyone else experiencing some serious lag?
I don't think so, but I'm not doing anything.
No.
Seems
I'll
okay.
try that again.
If it gets out of sync, go ahead and refresh.
Other than clicking on things, how can I see if I'm lagging?
You'd know if you were lagging.
Okay.
It'd
All
be
right.
choppy.
I'm refreshing because I thought I rolled a medicine check and it wasn't showing up in the chat.
Oh, yeah, you did. It must be lagging for you. It says 2 minutes ago, you got a 21. Because you did it
Oh,
right
okay.
after me.
Okay. Alright, so as soon as it refreshes for me, I'll do the healing for Vigard and Sheppy.
How about you, Agatha? You good? 25?
Unfortunately, I only had it prepared twice, so...
Check your inventory, see if there's anything else that might be useful. You got to work on that.
While she's looking through her bag, she's gonna make her way over to Big Red.
Max, you get an extra hero point because that was good stuff. Vigrad, you get an extra hero point because that was good stuff. Althea, you get a hero point.
If we're not killing us.
And, well, you all get a hero point except Sheppy because he's in shadow mode. So everybody gets a hero point for that. Including you, Cassandra. I can't give everybody a hero point except Cassandra. Come on, it wouldn't be right. I'd feel bad.
No, you have to do it according to your best judgment.
You get a hero point.
Seeing Agatha approach, Vigorub will look to her. I have armor, but I need to find my weapons. All I have right now is a dagger in my fist.
Oh my god. I hit refresh like 40 seconds ago or longer. It still hasn't come up.
Do you have anything else? Any other screens loaded in the background? Anything taking resources?
Yeah, a little bit.
I always minimize them.
Mm.
Always minimize them. Makes a difference.
Agatha's just gonna stand silently beside Vigrid and just continue to try and calm herself.
If that still doesn't work, Eric, you could try shutting down your browser and reloading the browser again. I do that every once in a while. I have to actually shut the browser down and come back. And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah?
it
Okay.
makes a huge difference, for me anyway.
Okay.
You could try that.
Okay, well, it's downloading the world data now, so it should come up soon.
What'd you say, Agatha? Sorry, I cut you off.
After Vigrid talked to her, she's gonna stop going through her bag, look at him, glance at Frey, glance back at Vigrid, and she goes, if he doesn't calm himself down, and I told the priestess this, we might have a dead companion if he doesn't knock it off.
Frey has good instincts. He just is loud, as most soldiers are.
But he still needs to learn,
Oh,
That
he
this
has a
group-
lot to learn.
then find a way to control him, or I will be forced to do something that I never wished on somebody.
What you do to him is his own bringing. I'm just a veteran captain trying to help out. We'll need to source some weapons along the way. I doubt I'll find mine here. Proper long sword and a shield will be a good start.
If you received medical, you get your wounded taken away.
That 9's for me, Cassandra, or Sheppy?
It's for you.
Agatha's gonna look at Althea and Cassandra. Should we continue down and see if we can find her? Or should we go back to town and try and get supplies?
Hmm. That 11 was for Sheppy.
And Frey,
Got
you do have a elixir in your pack, just as a reminder. I don't know when or you want to use that, but you do have
Not
that.
yet.
You have more than one, actually.
Yep, 2.
Let me check your skills. You are untrained in medicine. Okay.
Beg Rub has sort of looked to Agatha. No use going back to town. I have no coin.
We'll cover it.
Grateful.
When she says that, Cassandra looks up and is like, because as far as I know, Cassandra doesn't have any money either.
Did you just move across the grate?
I didn't mean to.
Did you move across the grate?
No, I'm trying to get...
Okay, I'm just asking.
That's okay.
Because it is pretty fragile.
You did mention that.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Althea? Should we continue down or go back to town to get supplies?
Althea ponders the question, but kind of shakes her head, just says, town's just so far away. Do we really want to go all of that way back? It could set us back a few days. She says she's fine with the equipment that she's brought with her. We had plenty of time to prepare.
We've taken on 2 more that might need more supplies, Althea. If we continue further, we might get caught in a situation where we might not be able to get back.
I might have knowledge of where some items might be. Did we ever completely pick apart Dane's stash by by all of the books a couple floors up?
The only thing it had in it was a repair kit and a bow, and I believe we took it.
We took the repair kit. I don't think we took the bow. Well, if anybody, and she kind of like, even though she says everybody, you can tell she's kind of excluding Frey, because she kind of turns her back to him. And she said, well, well, if it's, hey, don't put me in by the grate. If it's weapons that you need, I actually am carrying a few items. I have a silver hatchet that I've been holding on to.
Hatchet is better than nothing, my lady.
Yes,
See what I did to your token?
you flipped me around, so I'm giving him the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
This is a very magical hatchet from, I'm not very familiar with craftsmanship, but it's made of silver and it's a magical weapon. Very light too, can be thrown. But she brings that up and offers it. You know, use this, protect yourself.
Vegrod
what-
will take it in a bow. It will do until I can source a blade from the fallen.
Okay, while you're doing that, Cassandra says, "You're still badly hurt. Please stop moving." Fritz, I'm gonna go for the DC 20 check to do the extra healing on this one.
Okay. I think if that's success, isn't it 46?
No, it's 2d8 plus 10. Now it's this plus 1 because I got the expanded healer tools.
Okay.
I was just about to add, don't forget the expander healer tools.
Oh,
You see my roll? I can't see my roll.
15.
You get a 15, but it's it's 16 plus, with the expanded. I wonder
Yeah,
if
so-
expanded healer's tools prevent like critical failure. Let's see.
You know what? I'm gonna use that hero point. Reroll that. Unless we're staying around here for another 10 minutes. Guys.
Agatha's not in a rush to move because she's still recovering.
Not in a rush
Vegrod's
to move?
getting his bearings, so he's good with spending a few extra minutes.
Okay, well then I won't spend the hero point and I'll just
Well,
try
feel
again in
free
10.
to. I can, wait the 10 minutes and try again. I'm gonna take a look at the grate.
Okay.
You want to pull the silver hatchet from Althea's bag over to me, Brett?
Pull the what?
Silver hatchet that Althea's carrying. She just gave it to Vegrod.
It's in my backpack.
Every time I try to get rid of a damn hatchet, it always comes back.
It always comes back.
It's like a boomerang hatchet.
Silver hatchet. Okay.
Alright, that's better.
Did you get it?
Yeah, 2d8 plus 10.
So despite everything that's happened, maybe Althea will heal Frey. She feels kind of bad. She knows he doesn't deserve it, but like if something were to happen to him, she'd kind of feel a little at fault. Like I could have done something. Had I just, He used some gauze on his wounds.
Do you accept the healing? Or do you accept her coming over to heal you, Frey? How do you respond to that?
Helps if I unmute. Yeah.
And so after she kind of turns her back to you and says, maybe I think I'm good. Here, take this hatchet to use it to defend yourself if you've got nothing else. And then she turns over like, well, if I helped one of the screaming guys, I have to help both of the screaming guys. She doesn't say that out loud, though.
You're giving Frey the hatchet? Who's getting the hatchet?
Vigrad.
Vigrad.
Yeah, Vigrad got the hatchet.
Okay.
Then Frey's getting the extra healing.
Okay. I got confused. Sorry.
As Cassandra sort of bandages up Vigrad, he will offer a nod and a little half smile. Thanks.
So she nods back to him.
All right, Frey, you heal 8 hit points, and the wounded condition is removed.
All right.
And while she's healing you, like treating your wounds and wrapping you up, she doesn't talk. She just focuses on the job.
One more thing. Agatha's gonna move up to Cassandra after she's eventually done healing or helping Vigrid heal, and she's gonna pull Cassandra off to the side, a little away from the group, and in a quiet voice, low enough to only her and Cassandra can hear.
I messed up my character. Sorry for interrupting.
She's gonna look at Cassandra and she's gonna go, if something happens, if things go south, if you have to, grab Althea, grab Sheppy, and run. If you see myself, the 2 new also drop, grab Sheppy and Althea, and run. Don't try and save the rest of us. Just get out.
So she looks back at Agatha with grave concern, and she says, I cannot promise to do as you ask, because it is not in my nature to abandon someone who has taken me in. But if you believe this is the course of wisdom, I will acquiesce to your wisdom.
Rather you 3 get alive versus the rest of us go down if something happens.
So very seriously, she nods, and she just says, I understand.
And then Agatha's gonna give her a hug.
And so she hugs back and she says, I do not mean to trespass, but there are possibly ways that when I treat injuries to the body, if I was to know how and she just innocently rubs her hand like across like your arm because it's a bit colder and stuff. If I understood how your body worked, maybe I could also treat your wounds. But I would need to know how, and that would be intrusive. So in metagame, if you plan on playing Agatha for a long time, I can take Stitch Flesh as my next feat, so that I can help bandage you up. Just something to consider.
Agatha would start to say something in return, but as soon as Sheppy says that, Agatha looks at Cassandra and she goes, make your way to Althea and Frey. Keep an eye on them, please.
So she nods.
Vigrad's gonna look down to Sheppy and whisper, what is it?
As you come over near Sheppy and you also listen briefly, you hear nothing. But I did hear something. I heard something on the other side of the door. It sounded like groaning. We've heard that sound before.
Indeed. Open the door whenever you're ready, and then get behind me. Vegrod readies the hatchet.
Agatha looks at Althea and she prepares herself.
Okay, where are you, Althea and Frey? You're kind of in the back.
Yeah, I was going to say something to Althea. Well, again, I don't want to interrupt people, so... well, she's healing me. I do thank her. Thank you, Althea. But I'm glaring at Vigrad the entire time. And I do say softly, he is going to get you killed. Isn't his first rodeo.
Well, this isn't my first rodeo either, and let me trust who I want to trust.
I made that mistake.
Well, I believe people are very capable of making their own mistakes, so I'll go do that. Why is everybody gathering at the north?
I think Vigrad's about to open a door.
I'm waiting on Sheppy to open the door, and then I'm gonna tactically bring that puppy.
Sheppy's opening the door in front of him, or you're opening the door in front of you?
Sheppy's opening the door, and then I'm gonna go into the door that Sheppy opens.
Okay.
Is that a decent marching order?
Switch Agatha with Frey. She'll try and put herself in the back.
Nope.
Yeah, I can't see Frey standing behind.
No, Frey is standing behind.
Okay.
In fact, you moved me too close to the party.
Okay.
Oh, I figured he'd want to be as far away from
There.
Vigrod as possible.
That's a good spot.
Okay.
On your mark, little goblin.
You open on your side, Vigrad?
Yeah, I might as well.
All right, the double doors do open.
Be careful heading forward. It wasn't too long ago that we experienced one of the many traps here in the tower, in the gauntlet. Tread carefully. Look with both eyes.
The doors swing open relatively easily. Your nostrils are immediately hit with the smell of decay, rot. And as the doors swing open, the smell hits you, this dark corridor. After about 15 feet, it seems to open up a little bit. You can't see fully. There's something up ahead. Sheppy can see that there's a far wall, maybe about 25, 30 feet in front of him, like as if there's a corridor crossing this one that you stare forward into. But after that smell hits you and there's this moment of silence, you do hear a squishing sound. A sickly squishing sound, like something is moving. Do you proceed?
Slowly, but yes.
Actually, before either of them move, Agatha's going to put her hands on both Sheppy and Vigrid before they move forward.
Some enchantment, perhaps?
No, she's going to stop him before stepping forward.
Oh, you're stopping him?
Yep.
Okay.
Once she's got them both stopped, she's going to slip past Vigrid, and then she's going to slip her hand behind the back of her neck, and pulling her hand back, she's going to have her spider companion, before placing her hand on the floor, and through emotions between her and her familiar, she's going to try and make it so she's trying to see if the creature can go forward enough and try and see if there's something out there that they can't see.
Do you have the ability to see through it? Through its eyes? I'm not sure that's one of the powers that you can take on every
No,
day. At
she
the
does
start of
not.
every day, you choose these powers for your familiar. You remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what are you attempting? If you can't see through your eyes, what do you expect?
She's gonna send her little companion forward and let it see if it can get information of something possibly moving in the hallway, and then have it come back to her to try and communicate through emotions
Okay.
if it saw anything.
All right.
Well, if it comes back scared, you know there's something wrong.
I guess that would, if it doesn't come back at all, you know something too. So
Oh no!
there is that. All right, you set him down on the cold floor, and off he skitters. And out of sight, he pauses at the end of the corridor. Then he begins to head west and out of sight. He's just a small little guy. You can't really see him to begin with, but he's really out of sight now. And you all pause and you wait. After what seems like about a minute, you hear another sickly, sloshing sound, as if something was disturbed yet again by your presence, or the presence of Spidey. Another minute passes. And returning once again to you, you see the little spider round the corner, coming from the west. Agatha, and it approaches you. Your hands reach out to grab it once again as it crawls up your hand, and it pauses there and stops in your hand. You notice it's covered in mucus. It looks like blood and mucus. Like as if it had scurried through something terrible. Make of that what you will.
Agatha's gonna stand up, turn around, face Vigrid, and she's gonna show her little Spidey companion and what the little creature's covered in. Just looking at Vigrid to see what he's gonna say.
It's about to be a party, and Vigrid walks past her.
You proceed up the corridor.
Vigrid is, yes.
The rest follow.
I think you moved me off the map, Fritz.
I did. I don't know where you went. There you are. Now let's bring up the light source. Althea. Let me bring her up.
Okay, I'll be back.
Frey, you could advance up the corridor to where you're comfortable. And you step into this long corridor running east to west, maybe 10, 15 feet wide. You see running along the south wall of this long corridor running east to west. It looks like 3 doors, each door having like a hole with bars on it. Cells, perhaps. They're equally spaced, these three doors. You're not sure what lies behind. Let's bring up Althea with the light, so you know what I'm talking about. And as you get deeper and deeper into here, this smell gets more and more noticeable, more powerful, more poignant. Decay, rot. So you've now all gathered at this area right here. This is about where you are. I think you'd be in front. So can you see those 3 locked doors? There's a lock symbol on it. There is a big old padlock on each one.
Brett, I can actually see through them, huh?
And I can see the creature.
You
oh
can.
yeah, we can.
You can. There's.
Yeah,
I should have described not a small hole, but the doors themselves have bars on them on the top half.
Oh, okay.
So you can see through them.
They
What?
don't represent that they're locked, though. They look like regular doors.
Would the smell of blood be extremely potent?
Yes.
Then Agatha would start to show her fangs, almost as if the smell of blood was kind of like putting her in a slight haze.
So yes, you're able to see into these little alcoves. And this one in particular where Cassandra is standing. She notices something nasty moving about.
Should we dispatch it or leave it alone?
Something grotesque lies within. And it's a fairly big mound of what looks like innards. It looks like sinews, maybe an occasional bone here and there. It's like misshapen little tiny hands protruding. It's like as if something had been turned inside out that you're peering at. It's horrifying, but it's just sitting there, just moving slowly.
If the creature doesn't see us, we don't need to touch it.
Yeah. Cassandra just whispers, I do not want to provoke this thing.
Very well.
Do you go-
Rod will move down to the next door.
Althea casts light on like his sword, so that way she can stay in the back.
You gonna cast it on the little hatchet?
Yeah, she'll cast it on the silver hatchet. That's right. You don't have your sword. You have the hatchet. So she'll cast it on that instead.
Okay, I'm game.
Yeah, and she'll keep like a 20-foot distance. Especially after seeing that first creature, she like almost, she gags a little bit. And she looks away.
Now, in this central alcove, you see a very similar creature to what you just saw. You've never seen anything like this. It's disgusting, and it's locked away inside this chamber. Give me a perception roll, blind. Just to see. Vigrad. Yes, you easily see a mound of something behind it. It looks like a piece of leather. But besides that, you see something else, a piece of metal sticking out. It looks like a sword. Tucked away in the back, but it's covered in refuse. You can just make it out. It looks okay. Maybe retrievable. But also, you notice something else, Vigrad. Over in the corner, you see what looks like a collection of supplies, including a bag.
Backrod will make note and tell everybody about the sword in the room, and then he'll head over to the collection of the supplies.
All right. So what I'll do here is inside that little central room, if you all take a peek in there, Cassandra, for instance, you will see what I'm talking about. Well, we got to move somebody up with light. There you can see. Sorry, Althea. It's never enough. Now, over in that corner, Vigrad, you'll see what you found. you can go ahead and click on that and see what's inside. But there's something else inside the central room. You see it, Cassandra, as well. There's like this old pile of refuse, and you see what looks like some type of sword. Doesn't look to be broken either, but it is covered by refuse, and it's right next to this creature.
Big Rob will
So-
open your stack.
In a low voice, he just sort of whispers over to Vigrod. Is that your weapon?
No, but I think I found mine here. Shield spikes, swords, rope, bedroll, basic kit. I think I found my gear.
So there, tucked away in the corner, you do, in fact, find your backpack. Your insignia is on the inside of it. And you found most of your equipment. Seems to be present, but not everything.
If Althea is able to, with her being so close to Agatha, she'd be able to see that Agatha's appearance is changing to like becoming more of like the scent of blood is like almost giving her out like a crazed look in her eye before Agatha like kind of scurries away and back down towards the hallway, kind of like looking like she was having like an inner battle with herself.
Is everything okay?
What do we do? What do we do? Do I pick the locks? I want to use this new kit.
Sheppy rushes over to you, Cassandra. He pulls out a set of locks.
We could take care of that creature. There's something in there. Lovely filth.
And he starts going at the lock.
I'm right behind you, Sheppy. Just open the door and we can clear the rest.
So I'll back off and let you take the spot next to him.
Well, I'm waiting for him to unlock the door, then he can move out the way. Then we can go in together.
You see Sheppy pulls out that set of lockpick tools from his little pouch that he was just given. Found on one of the bodies.
And he starts going at the lock, left and right, and poking in and out of this thing. He's listening for clicks.
Now, he is chained in thievery, is he not? I made the roll for him. But just double check that. I think he's trained in it. Yeah, he's trained in it.
Yeah, he is trained.
All right, so he can do that. And all of a sudden, it unhooks. The padlock comes undone and just is hanging there dangling.
Now we can get in. Okay, it's your turn.
And he looks at Cassandra.
So she just smiles at him. Constantly trying to cause trouble, but she likes him.
Yes, yes.
So she just looks to Vigrod and she just says, after you.
Hold a moment. I might have a better idea.
Or I could use fireball.
We may not even have to shed blood here. Begrod sheathes his sword and he runs around his belt pouch and he pulls out a flask.
A leshy can derive nourishment from specially formulated bottles of sunlight instead of natural sunlight.
Yeah, this is bottled sunlight. Maybe it'll be enough to blind the creature and we don't even have to fight it.
It doesn't say anything else like that. A leshy can derive nourishment.
It was in the chest, so I picked it up.
I don't think it has any other abilities. It's just something they would use to get nourishment. Whatever leshies get out of that, I don't know. But
I
Sounds
think
like
is it supposed to operate as a potion of healing for plant creatures?
could be.
That might be what it is then. Okay, scratch that. Sword out.
So he smashes it to the floor. So you, all right, you knocked it and you open the door and you step inside. All right, before you step inside, as soon as you open the door, everybody put yourself in the tracker here. Let's see how this goes, including you, Frey, Althea, anyone who cares to take part in this. Go ahead and put yourself
Rolling
in the-
initiative, Fritz?
Huh?
Rolling initiative?
Yeah. Since the door was opened. Go ahead and roll your perception. I'll roll for you, Cassandra.
I rolled. It should be there. It's just really lagging for me.
Yeah, Cassandra already rolled.
She's not in there
I'm at
twice.
21.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, 21.
Oh, she's in there twice.
Do I still have to manually add myself to the tracker?
No, you're in there. You're good. You got a 21. All right, let's begin this and see what goes on as Vigrod steps forward and knocks the lock to the floor. Frey, you've been watching all along, every movement that they make. You saw Vigrod advance to the door, and he's looking to about to enter this chamber. What do? You're up first.
I'm gonna rummage through my stuff and pull out one of my elixirs.
Okay. And yeah, you can drink that. So go ahead and roll your how much you get out of that. You got enough time to root around, to pull it out, uncork it, and drink it down. Might be a good idea. And there it is. Excellent.
Do I have to add that, or does it automatically add to the character?
There's all kinds of ways to do it. I manually just add it.
Okay, then that's what I'll do.
Okay. Sheppy, you're up.
I'm gonna go with good old Searing Light again.
I don't want to make sickly noises.
21.
21, roll damage.
To do this in 2 parts.
Nope, I don't have his armor class shown here.
So that's 21 fire and 23 good damage.
$21 fire and 23.
23 good.
All right. Sheppy lays into this thing with searing fire, and it just catches, and you could see it. You could see it start to turn black almost instantly. This thing is writhing in pain before it even has a chance to do anything. Does he do anything else, Sheppy?
No.
It begins to slosh forward towards you, Vigrod. As the flames begin to die down, you see it's not even half what it was. It looks so unthreatening at this stage. But it lashes at you, nonetheless. You see a long appendage, a big fleshy tentacle reach up to you and strike. And it hits hard. It slaps across your almost unarmored flesh. You take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. from this hit. In addition, you are grabbed. It wraps around your arm. You are grabbed. It's holding you. I believe you've got the grab now, right? No?
No.
How about now?
Yeah, I got grabbed.
All right, you are grabbed in place from that. With another tentacle, it lashes at you while you're held in place, which misses. I heard that. You're up, Vigrad. You can
Oh, crap,
reply.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna start swinging back.
Ooh.
35.
Critical hit deck number 6. Let's see what that reads.
$12 points of slashing damage.
How do you read these cards? There's
So you'll click on it. It's in the chat, so you'll click on it. It opens up a journal entry. Then you click it on the left. And so what type of damage was that? Slashing?
slashing.
So you'll read the slashing.
And it says, ugly wound. The target takes a -2 circumstance penalty to checks with all charisma-based skills, except intimidation.
Oh no. It's a less charming blob of ooze.
All right, what did you do for your damage? That's enough
12
to
points slashing.
describe how you slay this beast.
As this creature sort of, you see it, Cassandra, sort of lash onto Vigrod's left arm. You just see him sort of pivot and drag the creature out into the hallway before utterly decapitating it.
And you do. You finished it off. You can get rid of your grab. You easily cut it off. It sloshes to the floor. So, there you go. That was easy. And as you step over the carcass to look at this refuse pile, you can see your prize awaits you. And you reach down, with gloves, I assume,
Yes.
and you grab hold of a pommel and begin to pull this sword. The pommel's a little bit longer than you would normally see on a long sword. Easily you could hold this with 2 hands, although the blade itself isn't as long as what you've known as long swords, those great swords. This is actually a bastard sword. You can click on that and drag it to your sheet, Vigrad. Nothing else seems to be of any value. Let me mark off some time for that. And Vigrad steps out of the room after retrieving this somewhat dirty-looking sword, but it actually is gorgeous. It's got beautiful inlays in it and carvings in it. Runes. Althea's...
Vigrod will sort of look to the others. Mind if I hold on to this for a while?
Sandra shrugs her shoulders at it.
I don't see why not.
Do you still have that sword? Wait a minute, you don't have one, Vigrad. Sorry. There's something else that you found up by that bag, Vigrad. Something useless. It's a broken sword.
It would have still one in the pack.
Do you want the broken sword?
Yeah, he would take it. It's
All right.
like a memento.
All right, make a note of that. This, of course, was a sword that you had retrieved from Frey in the earlier encounter, after he had fallen and gone unconscious, which you thought was dead. You picked up the sword, the only one you had at the moment. This looks like that sword that Frey was carrying. It is broken. It wasn't broken when you had it, but it is now. It's up to you.
We'll look to the others. Should we press on?
Sandra nods.
Agatha would be sitting on the floor, curled up, just shaking badly.
Althea will look back and kind of see her just like within range of like her eyesight, and then ask if there's is this a dead end?
Right, so it doesn't proceed.
Alright, and we've checked this cell, correct?
It only has another creature within it.
Ah!
Nothing of note that I can see.
I should have believed you. You know what? I'm going to. Yeah, no, I'm gonna walk back towards Agatha. Althea's gonna just see if she's okay. And
Right.
you know, I know these creatures were absolutely atrocious to look at, especially one with that gross wound. Is everything okay? Why have you kind of wandered off here?
Agatha.
As Althea's approaching Agatha and she's talking to her, she watches Agatha slowly leans up against the wall, and she's like pressing her hands up against it, trying to raise herself up. And as Agatha looks at Althea, her mouth is like wide enough open that's showing her fangs, slight bits of drool like coming from the corners of her mouth, and just looking at Althea like she's absolutely torn between a blood craze and trying to fight it. Like she's on a dangerous balance between trying to fight back the urge and just letting it go.
Alright, Agatha, I think we're ready to move on. I can kind of tell that you're dealing with this in your own kind of way. Let's keep going.
All right.
And Althea will look back at the others and just say, you know, I'm going to recast light on myself, but I'm not going to leave you all in the dark. So she'll wait.
Very well.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing? Cassandra, Frey, you've all gathered around this central part of the room. Had this little encounter with this blob-like creature inside. You retrieved a useful bastard sword. Is there anything else you would like to do in this lonely corridor filled with stench?
Not particularly. So I'm going to move towards. By the way, Fritz, every time I try to move my token, it says I'm colliding with a wall.
Yeah.
When you do it, it doesn't. I'm not sure why that is.
You just tell me and I'll move you as necessary. You can see all right, right?
I can see fine.
Okay.
Just
Max?
do you know why that might be?
I don't know, unless it's just your internet. If not,
Yeah, it could
I
be.
would recommend you go to your settings in Foundry, that little cogwheel, and turn your graphics down. Try that, because then you'll get some processing, free up some of your
Okay.
processes. That might help too. Frey, you're up. What are you doing? You've been watching this. You've just been
Yeah,
refreshed
just
by
leaning-
magic.
Leaning against the wall, I've got my shield actually kind of dangling there for once, and my
Okay.
sword is casually leveled on my shoulder, and I'm just looking.
Good. Grad?
The guard's formed up and ready to follow the leader.
You pass by Frey.
Yep.
All right. You can make your way out of the chamber in the same formation you were in. Go ahead and move yourselves back into that main chamber. So there doesn't seem to be anything else noticeable in here. You cross once more through the portal in the south with the double doors and enter the room with the big grate in the center. If everybody wants to take a 5-minute quick break, do it now, because we kind of missed our break today. And
Sounds good.
we'll take a break when you guys are all in this chamber, okay? And folks, I'm going to give us a little intermission for like 5 minutes because I need to take a break. It's getting crazy. So,
Yep. I'll be right back.
be right back, folks. Intermission time. And there we are, back into the action once again. We're going to pick up where we left off, this final second half. Of this fantastical story, an epic game that we're undertaking. Let's see what happens with the companions. They've just vacated that northern chamber, fought off some blobula-like creature, and retrieved a sword as well as equipment. That was obviously Vigrad's backpack and other goodies. So he's back outfitted again. Frey remaining behind, keeping to himself. Perhaps put in his place, perhaps not. There's still things to unfold there. We'll see. You've all gathered in this octagon room once again around this big pit in the floor. Doors behind you leading to that other room have been closed and secured. You haven't explored to the east. There is yet another corridor heading east, which comes to a door. Everywhere else you have pretty much explored, including to the south. Although further to the south, on those little steps, there was those double doors down there. If I recall, Agatha, you have some keys. Agatha, would I be wrong? Did you not find some keys in the one chamber to the south of here?
I believe I did.
What do you do?
Is this the same keys? Because I also have a key too.
Wait, was it? No, wait, no, it wasn't Agatha, it was Althea.
She has the key?
She has the key.
Yeah, I have a key in my inventory.
They found in the bookcase or feeling around in there?
Yeah, I stuck
Yeah.
my hand in some mysterious hole.
That's right.
This is
That's
the
right.
round key. Round, shaft-tipped, with several teeth of varying length. But Althea hands the key off to Agatha.
All right. Point is, you did actually find a key. I don't know if that means anything, but, locked door, keys, it's up to you.
Yes. She'll bring it back up so everybody can be, on the lookout. I don't know if you guys saw me take this key before, but it must belong to some keyhole around here. Hopefully with no more foul creatures behind it.
What areas of this level have you not explored yet?
Agatha would immediately look out Thea and be like, "Wait, do you think that might be the key to that door that we were trying to get in, but we couldn't?"
Oh, okay. I'm looking around. Sorry, I had a blank moment of what door? Althea's gonna have the same exact reaction as I did, where she'll look confused and then she'll perk up. And that door. It's worth a shot, but I don't know, to head south we're gonna have to go past that room, that chamber, with the spirit. We remembered to close the door, right?
Yes.
Well, let's head down and check.
How does a door stop a spirit?
Agatha's not going to say one word. She just walks towards the door.
So, seeing as Vigrod is new, Althea, as they are walking, she's going to just give a recap of what had happened in their travels thus far. And she particularly mentions, this is the door that we're talking about, where we first met up with Frey. We tried heading south, but the door had been locked, and something even more peculiar was we saw these like we heard a hissing sound to the south as well. I don't know if the rooms connect, but hopefully this key will lead us there and we'll find out. We're currently looking for our other companions that have wandered off, named Arthurian and Laughter.
Very well. I shall keep a lookout for them as well.
I appreciate that.
Heading south or east?
Yeah. We're gonna return to the door to
All
see
right.
if the key works.
All right. Let me make you all invisible there, and everybody click on that torch. Okay.
And at this time, I've recast the spell onto back onto my shoes.
Okay. So there's our light. Now, do you shut the doors behind you? Is that going to be the standard procedure here? Frey, you're bringing up the rear. It's really up to you. That is up to you.
I mean, like to keep doors open so I know where I've been.
All right, we'll keep one open.
But at the same time, I mean, it doesn't seem like there was anything up there that would follow us. So
Close it.
no, I'll leave it open so we know we've been there.
You make your way south along a familiar terrain, the corridor. It doesn't take long before you see the steps. You're reminded of this position, Frey, as well as Grad. You remember this. You all do, actually. You've all been here. Below at the bottom of these steps, you can see it in your light, faintly. The bodies. You see about three or four bodies. Some humanoid. Well, they're all humanoid. One in particular is grotesque looking. Now, to the east, you've all been to the east. You've all been through there. In there, of course, is this big, wide, tall, 40-foot ceiling to floor corridor with balconies. You all have been through there because that leads you north to the exit or entrance, however you want to see it. But you want to continue south down this set of steps in front of you. Correct?
Yeah.
All right. And you make your way down past the bodies. They're undisturbed, although beginning to decay and smell. And you come once again to these doors, where there are no locks, no keyhole. You had tried this once before with no success. You tried once, although you didn't put much effort into it. I believe your conclusion was that it would quite possibly be barred.
And you couldn't find a way through the door.
There was no exposed hinges or anything. There is a latch on both doors. You could try pulling them, but it seems to be barred. And the only way to get through that outside of magic is to actually bash your way in. Vigrad, as a soldier, you would know that.
That girl's gonna look to Althea. Did anybody try to break it down?
Oh, excuse me.
You just like interrupt Althea into silence.
Good. We can try it again.
Okay, if you'd like to try it again, anyone who's going to try, you could do it individually, but I would suggest that one person be the main guy and make the check, and everybody else roll to see if they can give him bonuses to the roll. Vigrad.
I'm along, Frey. Let's see if we can work together.
And do you have any kind of tool to help you with this?
I know.
Okay. You'll be penalized for that.
I lost my pry bar.
Okay. So whoever's going to help do this, go ahead and make an athletics check.
I'll wait until literally the last, like, second, half a second before I know that he'd either get angry or get loud or whatever. Shake my head, fine, and, I'll help.
Okay, give me a roll.
Agatha, even though she's kind of still injured, she's gonna try and give what she can.
Okay. I think 4 people could get in on this if you help someone else.
Agatha's gonna get on it.
Athletics or
Athletics. Forcing a door. Page 242.
24.
Okay, that's your main roll. So, okay. I need the rest of you to roll.
Sorry, I'm
Agatha.
trying to find it. There it is.
Agatha gets a 12. Oof. Frey gets a 17. Anyone else? Althea? Sneak a little shoulder in there?
Ooh, she's gonna break her shoulders, so
She
she's
might.
not.
She might.
Yeah,
Critical
she might.
failure. Critical fail. All right. And you got a 24. It starts to give. Frey, you notice it right away because when you hit it before, it didn't give. Maybe it was just
Yeah,
a
it didn't
bad
budge at all.
angle. But you feel it giving. A little bit more pressure and you might get through this.
I ought to back up a little bit further and lay the shoulder into it again.
Okay. Go for it. Give me another roll, Frey. And everyone who did it is helping. Repeat.
25.
Of course.
A 1. 22.
Remember that first day when I rolled really well?
Mm-hmm.
That's not today.
It caught up to you.
Oh,
I
you
did.
You did get a bonus on this one. It begins to give. You feel it crack. You feel wood crack on the opposite side. You begin to put more effort into it, and pushing until finally, crash, it comes open. The door on the inside breaks completely. For those of you that don't know, you need a critical success to be able to open the door without no damage to it. So you've damaged this door considerably. Go ahead and open that up.
Dining hall.
Frey, and whoever's at the front here pushing, Agatha, Grad. You see a large chamber running east and west. Curved east and west walls, in fact. You see tables in this chamber, small tables. You also see what looks to be like ovens, built-in ovens. Wood fragments, heavily dented pewter serving dishes, silverware, flatware, crystal shrapnel litters the floor. In the south, a wide alcove ends with what looks like a cloudy window. You're not sure what lies beyond. An array of magical glyphs glow next to this window. Catches your eye, Agatha. I'll pop you into the room slightly to get a better look. So as you can see, it is a mess. Now down here in the south, right along that wall there, you see something unique. It looks like a solid, almost transparent wall. Solid in the sense that it's like got a mist or something there. But you can see through it, or see into it, and see beyond. But you'd have to get closer to see what lies beyond. Again, you see ovens to the north or to the east and west. They're like built into the wall or floor there. You can see them there. I think this is it right here.
In a clockwise direction. I'm gonna start kicking through some of the refuse. Got my shield and sword out just in case, a mouse attacks me.
Okay.
I'm gonna start just kicking through the refuse going in a clockwise direction.
How about the rest of you?
Sword and shield out, just sort of pulling security.
You gonna watch the portal?
I'm gonna watch the door and keep an eye out on the rest of them.
All right, Agatha, what are you doing? Althea.
She's gonna be exploring the one step to the east.
You are curious about those runes. You would be. You're an arcane spellcaster. Althea, what about you?
She's just going to go in and kind of just examine the silverware, mostly staying central so she can provide light to everybody.
Yeah, that's getting to be a problem, isn't it?
Actually, no, she'll go to the center of the room and cast it on this, like, tankard, this mug.
Yeah.
This way she can also walk freely and without worrying about taking light away from anybody.
Did you say clockwise?
Yes.
All right, who am I missing? Cassandra. Where is Cassandra? I don't think I have her on this part of the map because she wasn't here. Let me quickly grab Cassandra.
Cassandra will be watching our back to make sure while we're investigating this room.
Right next to
nothing sneaks
Sheppy.
up behind us.
Okay.
So you're gonna be with me pulling security?
Oh, I thought you were watching out for things in the room before. Let's bring out.
I was gonna watch for both, but if you want to watch the back, then I can watch the room.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay. Althea, I'll move you a little bit forward. Cassandra, how about that? Is that okay?
It's good to me.
All right. After a moment of staring into this chamber, Agatha, you were going to the east to investigate the ovens or something? Okay. All right. I'm going to say when you get to about here, I think this is...
Nope. Sorry.
What?
Back me up. I would never get that close to her.
Okay. Yeah, that
So I'll
makes
stay
sense.
on the other side of the table.
Okay. And just then, as you enter this room and take your positions and start your rummaging about and looking around, Cassandra, you swear you saw the plates move on the floor in front of Althea in the light. You see one now moving across the floor. And then it comes to a stop. Grad, you catch eye of movement too. You'd swear a mug rolled on its side. Suddenly you begin to hear angry voices coming from the walls. Loud. It's getting louder. You all pause and freeze where you are as you hear these voices suddenly start to grow, getting louder and louder, coming at first from the east and west through the walls, but it seems to be in front of you, actually in the center of the room. And there you see begin to appear from the west and from the east, right in front of you, Agatha, appears this ghostly apparition. You all see this, not one, but two of them. They begin to appear. And suddenly you see out of these apparitions, you see, like the picture shows, some of the debris that's on the floor, the plates and the broken glass begin to hover around these beings. And both of these creatures at first were looking at one another.
from across the distance, from across the room, just in anger. You can see the viciousness in their facial expression, whatever that is, being skull-like. And then they pause, and they catch sight of you. The one right next to you, Agatha. And then all of a sudden, they turn to you, and they start screeching in some language you cannot understand. Does anyone speak Undercommon? Althea, I think you
I
speak
do.
Undercommon.
And
You-
Sheppy as well.
You begin to hear them. There is no way out of here. You will die. You will all pay. And they say this as they look at you. And that's where we're going to roll initiative. Not for this session, but the next session. But we'll roll initiative now. All right, so put yourself all in the combat, because before you can do anything, these creatures are upon you. You can all roll perception. That would be most appropriate. And let's see what the layout looks like for the next battle. La, da, 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 da. Are we getting multiples of characters showing up? Where's that?
I don't see multiples.
I see 3 Agathas again. 4 of them.
Huh.
4 multiple Agathas.
But she's so fast.
She is just like lightning, greased lightning.
Can never just have one.
No. I think I got rid of all of them except 1. So go ahead and roll that again, Agatha. All right, and I'll begin the encounter. It'll line us up, and there we are. It looks like Cassandra will be jumping forward in this one right from the get-go. But there we are. Whatever these creatures are, they're like apparitions. They've just appeared, and you can hear this ghostly chorus coming from them as they got closer to the chamber. But as soon as they got in here, looking at one another, they see you, intruders, in this chamber. And that's where we'll pick it up next week. Don't be too excited. What do you think? Think you can handle more ghosts?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, getting a little confident. That's what's going on.
What are they gonna do? Spill some wine on my pants?
Nice.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to invoke the wrath of my GM.
Not 1, but 2.
Yeah.
He's
It's
got
gonna
a
be hard
whole
to keep
week to
track.
plot now.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this session and say, boy, that was too easy. We got to change this. This is not right. You just walk through some of these guys. Actually, it was good play in the first combat with that blue creature. You guys did great on that. Because he could have really give you a lot of problems, but you did good on that.
I stayed alive.
You did.
Yay! It was a close one there.
Yeah, that was.
Not bad. We're making progress, Eric. We're getting there.
Yeah,
Keep on
for sure.
pushing forward. We'll get this. We've been playing this I've been playing it about 1.5 years. And I think all my original players are gone. It's just,
About 1.25 years.
yeah,
I'm right there with you. So
Rachel and Kyle, you've been here well over 1 year as well. So I think we're making good progress.
I've been
Also,
listening
Rachel
for a
and
year.
Kyle,
Does
you're
that
not
count?
part of the original group?
no,
Close, but no.
Oh, okay.
I think we're within like 2 weeks of each other, Althea.
Probably, yeah.
Less than
Yeah,
that.
because I had a couple sessions with I don't know if you met him, but Patrick, who plays Farley Tell, and you've definitely met him. But there's also Lofter, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lofter, because that was the session that I was introduced. I met Lofter and Ramirez and
Oh yeah, Ramirez. Yeah, the rogue.
Yeah, he'll be joining
Oh
us. Another
man,
cameo.
he would totally not get along with a lot of the people in this group. Oh man, Frey, you think you hate everyone here for their combat? Oh man, you'd really like Ramirez.
No, I mean, okay, so as John, the player, I see what's going on. You guys are using your skills to your abilities and so forth. As Frey, the guardsman, we should be locking shields, moving 5-foot steps, one step at a time, poking, using formation tactics.
He's remembering his training, but yeah, no, Frey and Ramirez would. Oh God, they would hate each other.
That would be some fun RP. I'd like to.
No, I'd be like, I feel sick, guys. I'm gonna have to step out for the day. I personally cannot take this kind of confrontation. Oh, it'd be so bad. But it would be, I guess, amusing, watching outside. So all the viewers would get to laugh
bring the
and
popcorn.
snicker. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it would be
Oh,
that
who
bad.
do you think's gonna die today?
So I know some things were said, but what have I said in character that has been, as GM Fritz calls me here, the bully?
That was my term. I don't know if
That was-
anyone
yeah.
else said that. I did.
I'd like to know what I know I've said things out of character, like, oh my God, no tactics, and I've said a couple other things. I forget what they are right now. The other week, running in here like a bunch of roaches, whatever it is, because that's how my character sees it. But I've never said that stuff out loud, in character. So I'm curious what my character has done.
Maybe they just sound. I don't know.
I'll
Maybe
be
like
right back.
assertive. I don't know. It's hard to put into words.
That's right. I mean, my character was a guard. He's got a military background. He's used to giving/receiving orders. Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at it through a military mind, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's also for somebody who who you've just met, and like I get that he thinks he's doing the right thing. That is totally understandable. But to this group of people, we've been here for like about a month. Looking up and down this whole place, we've seen all sorts of creatures, and he's talking a little high and mighty, like, I know what to do, you should follow me, or what are you doing, this isn't the right way to do it. And they're almost like, I could see some of us maybe like laughing at him, like, who does he think he is?
Fritz, I demand a hero point for what she's playing, because that means I'm literally playing the traits of my character. I demand it.
You are.
Right now.
You are.
Yeah, well, some characters might not find that very redeeming quality.
Oh, absolutely. No. I understand that. I mean, I'm not going to go any deeper into some of the shenanigans with my character right now. But no, I fully understand. I just want to make sure that because that bully thing didn't bother me. I was joking around about it until a couple of things were said on the side. I'm like, what have I done? My character, comes off as, you said it perfectly. He comes off as a haughty, arrogant, know-it-all. But
You've got that feat, don't you?
yes, it's literally the feat I have, haughty arrogance.
Yes, you do.
But
What a feat!
well, or trait, whatever it is. Hey, I was actually looking to see if it could have helped me against your calm spell, and it was close, but not quite.
That was a good one. That was a good one she did on you. She was ready for that.
And this, my dice rolls were
cooled you right down.
I didn't
today.
think I'd be using it on players, but or PCs.
And as a side note, without spilling too much, because Kyle and I kind of worked on a little bit of this. I'll leave it at that. We don't
Yeah,
have specific.
that's kind of what Fritz said, that you guys had something planned, but we're all kind of in the dark until whatever you want to.
We're both in the dark a little bit as well, because it didn't work out necessarily as planned.
It didn't exactly go to plan, but we always sort of had that plan B in the back of our heads.
Was it that spell that threw you off?
That was part of it.
Yeah, that was a lot of it.
For me, that spell definitely was an issue.
Well, you're welcome.
No, hey, but that's part of the fun of this is having to tap dance around that. The other one for me was literally all my dice rolls today were in the way of what I wanted to do. I was gonna knock that. I wanted to knock that creature into him. Like I was gonna charge it and just knock that blue chain bitch into him, and then it died. What else? There's something else that happened. I'm like, damn it! Every opportunity I get to do something, either my initiative sucks or I roll a 1 or something. I'm like, dang it! So yeah, I mean, what was great about this though, and see, I can appreciate me being on the wrong side of this to some degree, is the fact that my character, the reason I got quiet wasn't because I was angry. It's because I figured at this point my character's pouting because every time that he did something, he failed. I mean, I didn't play into it because I didn't want to derail anything, but just like ramming the door when I rolled that 1, I was gonna be like, well, I picked myself up off the ground off that one. As Vigrod walks in, dirt, look at me, I'm all strong and tough, like, and I was like peeling myself off the ground after I slipped on a banana peel or something.
Those rose petals really do throw you off.
All right. So yeah, I mean. As far as like my character's verbal assaults, yeah, I kind of see that as just part of the character. Hopefully, one of the things I've been very focused on, and if I'm not doing this well enough, I would like you guys as the players to tell me this because I don't want to cause any animosity in the group as a group of players. But I've been very careful, at least I think I've been very careful in my own noggin to make sure that if somebody needs help, I am there to help that person as much as I can. At least then I'm hoping that kind of balances out that, I say some rough stuff, here and there. And if you're not seeing it, then I will work on that a little bit more. And everybody goes silent.
We sure did.
I'm just making notes.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how things progress.
Well, it's definitely going to be an interesting phase 2.
Yes. Because funny enough, as much as you guys are like super into the role play, I'm probably more like a 40% role play, 60% I just want to get through the story.
Yeah, a nerd.
Especially because I've been playing this like a year and a quarter. I when I first joined, I was like, oh, I'll play this for maybe like 6 months. We're playing it weekly. I'm like offering because we were getting on at like 5:30 and starting at 6 back then. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll get through this, and because I love stories, but stories have to have a beginning and they have to have an ending. Otherwise, I don't think you're an accomplished game master if it never finishes. There's so many stories that are just in the open that I have played, and it's like a blight on my history. Not games that I've run, but games that I've played, and I'm like, how did it end? I can understand if there's an ending to a story arc, and then you begin a new one with the same characters. That's totally different. But I just want.
I was about to vehemently disagree with you until you just said that right there. See, I'm the opposite. I play until we get bored of playing. I don't need one story. In fact, I don't want a specific story. To me, role-playing is emergent storytelling. The story comes from playing the game, not from the game master's got this in mind. If a game master's telling a story, go write a damn book. So I want to, obviously in this case, there's a setting, there's a group. We know we're here for a reason. We should figure that out. As a good player, I'm not pure sandbox, but as a good player, I feel I owe the game master my time in this setting, I guess we'll call it. But I am not here to live the game master's story. In fact, if I find out that's what a game master's doing, trying to railroad me, I'll break the story. But so for me, it's a lot of it is the role playing and the world building side of it. And so here, I'm trying to discover what's going on with my character. That's part of my character's problem is he's completely confused as to what's going on, which is great because me, as John, I'm sitting here confused as to what's going on, but for a different purpose. And so I'm trying to find myself out. I have no problem sitting around a campfire and talking in character for 2 hours. I know that's not for everybody, so I don't push anything like that, but I absolutely love that, as long as the game is being played as well. I'm not here for improv necessarily, but I love that aspect of it as part of the role-playing game. That's why a game like Pathfinder drives me crazy, because it has so many rules for everything.
I was just going to say, that's why I reserve that kind of thinking to other RPG systems that really focus on and kind of emphasize that kind of play.
That's true.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not like a Fate Core type person where it's like I don't want any rules at all. I like a framework for game, but for me, it's about the storytelling aspect, especially when I'm a game master. I don't go in with any preconceived notions. I do timelines. I say, okay, the timeline is going to do this. If the characters win, that means they turn the timeline to infinite. If the timeline becomes 0, they've lost. Now they can continue playing under the darkness of evil or whatever and try to rectify the problem. But I'm always working on these timelines that have the world growing. And when they resolve one timeline, they say, you know what, the game was fun, but we're ready for something else. Great, then it ends, because they do have, I guess like you'd say, that ending point. But also there are other things going on that they can attach them to later. But I never have a middle and an end defined right off the bat, because I think that's a disservice to the players.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Well, in this case, we are playing an adventure path, which by its nature is a story. It's not a sandbox, although I try to put those elements in there as best I can here and there, because it's funner. You know, you get to explore some things with your character or whatever, just little side things. You could do that. I try to anyway. But there is a story, there's a beginning, and there's an end to this. You guys are about halfway through. And
Yeah, I can get having that openness with homebrew, like something you've created on your own.
yeah,
But yeah, I've stepped into this knowing it was an adventure path.
with a story.
And Fritz has even mentioned that, you know, you'd be willing to put a little extra tidbits in, and you have, and that's totally fine. But we all
Lots.
know that with all these side quests, there is a main quest, and I also have a feeling of dread that if we keep doing these side quests, Belcora or whatever entities behind all of this is still at large. So that kind of makes me, like my character, want to rush and do this faster. Which is why each week that I come back, I'm like, yeah, my drive is literally to end this, because she knows that each day, each like minute, hour, day that she does not,
Well, I mean,
more
and
havoc is
also-
being brought upon Otari. People are getting hurt. She saw her and Sheppy saw the graveyard. That
Yeah.
was in her town. So she's like down there because she feels it is her duty. She feels like maybe Desna selected her. She saw those dreams, so she is here. She is trying to work as fast as she can. She wants to protect people if she can. But she knows that there is a bigger picture here, too.
Literally everything you said is exactly how I envision an individual timeline within the world. And you're absolutely right. Do you take those side quests and the timeline keeps moving on without you? Do you wait too long and now you can't stop it? And I just use timeline as a vague term. I'm not using that as specifically. I draw out arrows on graph paper, but or do you attack it right away when you might not be powerful enough because you feel exactly as you did right there? So I'm 100% in agreement with you on that in terms of how the story emerges. But for my sake, like for this, if we were not to complete this, if somehow we lose without dying, or the whatever the end of this is, the world gets cursed, that to me is not the end of the story. That's like, okay, well, we screwed up that part, but we're a couple levels higher. How do we rectify this now? Let's move on to the next phase where we try to fix that. Or do we take our lumps as they were the heroes, but they're the jerks who now brought the curse upon the world. Everybody go get them. All right, how do we resolve that? I love that kind of incremental play, I guess is what I'd call it.
Well, also, and sort of more to both of y'all's points there, we're deep underground at this point. Clearly, the enemy are moving. Like Fritz said last session, these doors and then corridors and stuff have been used, and they've been used fairly, fairly recently. And though I'm very much with both of you that I like a good side quest because it's a nice break.
And
But
gets you
also
gear.
to that point, if we take side quests, in my mind, the enemy plot and scheme doesn't stop. That just gives them another day, week, another month to plot, to build forces, to experiment on these poor creatures.
Wish you could see how heavily I'm nodding right now.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I'm kind of like Althea, but at the same time I'm very much in the middle of I like my role playing moments. but I also like my combat and story moments.
Balance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, at one point, Fritz did say he wants to play Kingmaker. So, like, the longer this goes on, the further that gets pushed out too.
Well, Fritz also promised me Adventure Conquer King, an Alien game.
Yeah, I remember Alien being mentioned probably 6-7 months ago. So just imagine that's been pushed out because we have quite a lot of RP heavy sessions where we've only viewed one room. And we appreciate you, Fritz.
You better. It's getting close, I'm telling you. A lot of pressure here.
Yeah. But with that, it was a great game. I do have to hop off.
You do.
we spent 20 minutes talking back and forth, which is awesome. But I need pants for tomorrow.
Rachel's been sitting there all this session with no pants on. What's going on here?
I've got shorts on, so
You do.
but work won't let me walk in with these, so I've got to have some pants.
All right.
But have a good night, guys, and I'll talk to
You
you
as
all
well, thank
next
you.
week. Nice chatting. Bye.
Take care, Rachel.
Take care, Rachel.
Hey, Rachel.
All right, real quick here, let's do some outros and end the stream. Starting with you, Cassandra. Eric, what do you think, my friend? Give us your outro.
I think we've got a big encounter waiting for us next week. I think, just a metagame, I think we need to get some ghost touch runes or something, because all these ghosts are going to be giving us more and more trouble as time goes on, I'm sure.
They keep popping
But
up.
looking forward to more challenges, looking forward to exploring more of the Gauntlet.
Yes. Eric, well, I'll save that discussion. I was going to ask you if you had a better time slot to do this, but I think everybody's kind of set on Sundays. I don't think we can switch that now. But
No, Sundays are good. It's just because we eat dinner, we try to eat dinner as a family, and so sometimes 6:30 is a bit of a rush for me.
yeah.
So I can usually hop on by 7, and like ironically today I was on at 6:30, but then other people only got on at
Yeah, I
around
saw
7,
that.
So
I saw that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do what we can do. Max, you're up. Give us your outro.
All right. Well, hopefully everybody had fun putting up with my shenanigans today.
We did.
I look I look forward to next week, as long as I can get all my video stuff done before the stream starts, or before this game starts. But I had a great time, and look, just so everybody knows, I'm enjoying every one of the players in this game, and we'll figure what is I was gonna say Grod. I'm not Grod. What is Frey's problem? We will find out soon, and hopefully that will help alleviate some tension.
Yes. You and Kyle, they're plotting away, as you are.
And hopefully Agatha doesn't kill him.
Yeah, what else is
Well,
on your mind, Agatha? What are
I
you
think
thinking?
Rod was pretty well close there.
What are you thinking, Agatha? You got pulled into this little conflict there.
Well,
Give us your
Agatha
outro.
is. Agatha at the moment is not too thrilled or happy with Frey, especially catching him saying about the tactics. That kind of almost sent her off the deep end to the point where she just was like, you know what? I don't care if they kill me. If I take this person out, at least we won't hear anybody complaining anymore. But she's refraining from, because her humane side was telling her that she was probably like that once in her life before things changed, and so she's keeping herself in check, kind of. And hopefully with them the way they are now, it's kind of pressing in her mind that they need to find where Beckor is, even if she is like either in full flesh or a spirit, and end this thing before it gets any worse.
Yeah, so we could play something else. All right, fantastic. I think you had a good time, though, right, Dizzy? Good time.
I absolutely love the interaction between herself and Frey.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that because I'm going to tell you, I get vibes that say something different as a whole, not any one person. So I appreciate that.
And yeah, I look forward to the next session with you, Dizzy. Seeing how you continue this little, I don't want to say conflict. It's not really a conflict. Little friction, I guess. Something like that. Anyway, Kyle, give us your outro, man.
Hello there. While Diz is giving a little mini conflict to Frey, Vigrod is openly clashing with Frey. Sort of the seasoned veteran versus the young one, kind of dynamic forming up there. A lot of really good stuff there. Frey kind of fired back, and Vigrod fired right back at him. So it's sort of that dynamic of the seasoned, experienced versus the less experienced. So we'll see what we can plot and plan with, and see what we can bring to the table next week. It looks like we're going to have a pretty good combat. We'll get to test out a few things.
Yeah,
between Vigrod and Frey there.
Yeah, we're getting through. We did 2 combats tonight. One was really tiny, same as last week. 2 combats, but we're always ending where we're starting combat. So there's a lot going on. So yeah, all right. Well,
It's going to be a fun learning experience on how to kill ghosts because I have no clue how to kill ghosts or poltergeists or spirit specters, Raisomai in this game.
well, you know what really helped finish off that last one? This is meta talk, but it was that good power and the positive power. And Althea, I think Rachel knows this, but she's using her good energies and powers, and that did so much more damage than you would have normally done.
Well, didn't Sheppy also, Kyle, when you did Sheppy's thing, didn't that have a ton of good damage as well?
Yeah, like it does fire and good damage, yeah.
And it was the good damage that really kicked.
Yeah, and that was sort of the only thing, like, I was figuring in my head whenever you said, Althea, that does a little bit more damage, and it's just like, aha!
Yep. Ka-ching! Yep,
I
light bulb
think
moment.
that was the only thing that Sheppy had that does good damage.
Yeah. He's all fire. I think I got everybody, right? Yeah. All right, folks, I'm going to end the stream here. We're going to be back again next week. Hopefully a little earlier so we can get more gaming in, get this thing moving. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the role playing with Frey. Great stuff, Max. And Agatha being pulled into this. Cassandra being back in the shadows as she would be from this little thing going on. Wondering what she's thinking. And of course, Kyle, with your character. Pretty good stuff going on. I enjoyed it. This is all good fun. Folks, we're going to be back next week, episode 57. Stay tuned. Till then, you guys hang in there, because it's only going to get better. We'll talk to you soon.